It splits the Americas and connects two of the world's great oceans. Where else could you surf the Pacific and sail in the Caribbean on the same day? Imagine a place with mountains, jungles, metropolitan cities, and a few monumental pieces of engineering. But if you think Panama is just a canal, you'd better think again. This is a country that consistently defies expectations. So throw out those brochures, get rid of those guidebooks. I'm going to show you my hidden gems of Panama. Panama is appropriately known as the crossroads of the Americas. It's a strategic shipping route that connects North and South America. It's a place where so many different types of journeys begin: culinary, adventure, cultural, and it all starts in the capital, Panama City. Now here's a hidden gem. Most people who visit Panama City often come to a place called Casco Viejo, the historic part of the city. But if they're lucky, they'll end up at a place like this called La Rana Dorada. Now, as you can see, I'm in a bar, but it's more than a bar. It's an actual microbrewery, part of the new craft artisanal beer movement here in Panama City. Now, here's the best part. If you ask, you get to help. With the pizza and the beer, La Rana Dorada might look right at home in Oregon or Colorado, but it's all part of a movement to bring this artisanal craft to Panama. And at the helm is brewmaster Brad Krause. He makes the brewery's 4 signature beers, and he also teaches the locals about the fine art of microbrewing. Brewing in Panama, in terms of a craft beer, is a relatively new phenomenon.
It's very new, and we've been open a little over a year now, but we've been very well accepted, and people just seem to really love the beer.
All right, so what do we have in this tank?
We've got Blanche in this tank. It's freshly fermented. It actually has been cooled down. It's almost ready to drink.
All right, let's try it. Served in the traditional way, a beaker. That's pretty good. Can I help? Even if your contribution is being a glorified taste tester, La Rana Dorada is a great place to learn brewing the Panamanian way. Of course, what Panama City is really known for is the Panama Canal. But what you might not know is that you can experience a whole different world beyond the cruise ships. Most people visit the Panama Canal to see the locks. They're impressive, but if you really want to be impressed, get out here to Gatun Lake. Man-made, and it makes up 75% of the total canal area. And if you really want to see what's going on out here, there's only one person to talk to.
See, it's not completely full.
His name is Captain Carl Davis, and for more than 10 years, he's called the canal his home.
She's been working on the canal for 70 years. This is Mindy. She's a cutter suction dredge.
And all it does is just keep on digging deeper and deeper and deeper.
Exactly.
What's he carrying?
Believe it or not, brand new cars.
Going where?
That I don't know, but I do know it's trancing south and it's heading to the Pacific.
But his canal isn't the high-tech world of the locks. He knows the wilder parts of the canal, the places that were created when canal engineers flooded the river valley 100 years ago. At the time, they created the world's biggest artificial lake. Hills became islands, and these islands are now home to some of Carl's friends.
There's our buddy.
What do we got here?
One of my drinking buddies. Pablo, you ready, buddy? Hands up, hands up. Whoa!
This is definitely something you have to try out. Ready? Here we go. Oh, okay, don't get mad at me. Hey, Pablo, you missed it again. You're going to the minors. You ready? Whoa, nice grab. Cool. If only Alex Rodriguez could do that, he'd still be playing for the Yankees. A few more quick stops. You didn't say thank you. And then the jungle opens up to reveal the final destination. It's Carl's 61-foot houseboat, anchored in the middle of the lake. Anyone can stay here, including you. That is, if you don't mind sharing the space with some of the houseboat's permanent guests. Now you can explore the canal with Carl.
Thank you. Drive safe.
Or there's another unusual way to explore it. And get this, it's by land. Most people know that you can sail through the Panama Canal, but I bet you didn't know you can take the same trip by train. The Panama Canal Railway Company does this trip by rail, and it connects the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. Now, it's a commuter train, but smart travelers know they can take the trip as well. And it's a great way to get outside Panama City and see the country in a completely different way. This is one of the world's more interesting train rides. You cross from Panama City to Cologne through the countryside and rainforest. Choose one of the passenger cabins with glass ceilings. That way you can see everything flash before your eyes at 40 miles an hour. How cool is that? It's roughly a 48-mile journey, and this trip takes about an hour. But at the end of the line, you're in the city of Cologne, on the Caribbean side of the country. Just across the water is El Otro Lado, a private retreat surrounded by a national park on Portobello Bay. This is where the locals like to escape, and it isn't just a place to relax. By staying here, you're actually giving back to the community, since the resort supports local businesses and organizations. As for the other gem of Panama, you want to head to a place called Bocas del Toro. Only a short flight away from Panama City is where you'll find the Bocas del Toro archipelago. Now, this is where all the local Panamanians go to get away from it all. They've got some of the best beaches in the country. But first, you gotta get there. Bocas del Toro is a true Caribbean town, from its colorful wooden houses to its waterfront real estate. This is the place in Panama to charter a boat or hit the wave. And with its proximity to Costa Rica, you're definitely going to experience some rainforest trekking. Bocas del Toro also is famous for its bat cave. You heard me, bat cave. No, there's no Cape Crusader here, but this bat cave is called La Gruta, and it's located on the main island of Isla Colón. But first, a word of caution. This is not for your typical tourist. The cave is pitch black. The water is freezing. Oh, and did I mention the bats, spiders, and other creepy critters?
Oh, I don't like this part.
But if you're willing to put your nerves to the test, the Bat Cave in Bocas del Toro is an unforgettable, if somewhat terrifying experience.
Just beautiful in there.
Now, I always say that if you want to really know a country, you have to meet the locals. And in Panama, the locals are a canoe ride away. Just about an hour outside of Panama City, you'll come face to face with a very special group of people. It's the Embera tribe, and they've been maintaining their traditional way of life for centuries. A trip to an Embera village starts off here on the Chagres River. The tribe's people use dugout canoes to get them from one place to another. About the tribe's only concession to the 21st century is an outboard motor. The current here is very strong, and they don't want to work that hard. All right, we're here. And once you arrive, you're greeted by an unusual welcome party, led by the tribe's pet otter. Hola, mucho gusto. This isn't any tourist attraction. These are real people living their day-to-day lives, and they're committed to preserving their way of life and sharing their customs and values. You can take part in native dances and join them for a traditional lunch of plantains and fish. Perhaps most important, the village is also a model of sustainable tourism. It's an awfully long way to go for a market. Don't look for air conditioning. I'm sweating, but you didn't come here for that. You came here for finding some really cool things that are native to this area at the Tusipalo village. And you know what this is? This is made of coco bolo wood. This turtle, it's really heavy. Now, at normal markets, you might want to bargain. Take my advice. Don't bargain. Whatever they want, you give it to them. You know why? Because the money goes directly back to the community. That's the way it's supposed to be. Indeed, what it's supposed to be, it actually is. A voyage to another world and into the real Panama. Diversity and surprise. 2 oceans, 2 continents. The real hidden gems of Panama. I'm Peter Greenberg, and thanks for watching.